Our courses will be designed to give benefit to everybody, including a variety of different parties. As an example, you might be a school leaver looking for a new career in forensics or so-called CSI work. In this instance, the kind of training we provide will help you build from the foundation through the final product as far as crash investigation is concerned. If you work in the insurance sector and it is your job to do assessments of vehicles, damage assessments, or the consideration of claims, it is important that you understand the dynamics associated with crashes, and more importantly, that you know how a proper investigation is supposed to be done, so that when an investigation report comes across your desk and it's not properly done, you're in a position to immediately detect it and identify the flaws. You also might be in the legal fraternity. You might be a lawyer, you might be an advocate, you might even be a magistrate or a judge. When people come in to testify as experts or even testify to the evidence they've gathered, if you have a sound understanding of the processes that could be followed at a crash scene, the kinds of elements that could be investigated, and the way in which evidence is collected properly in a way that makes it easy to present it in court, you'd be in a better position to understand the evidence you receive, the evidence you work with, or the evidence you require for your trial or case. Our courses can also assist private individuals, vehicle owners, the general public, people who drive on the roads every day. Sure, you might not want to become a specialist, you might not want to look into our more advanced courses, but at the end of the day, you'll be in a position to understand what the most important things are that you need to do, what information you need to gather, and what your rights are at the scene and after the fact. As far as corporate entities go, many people have multiple vehicles on the road. Think of the likes of transport operators, fleet owners, or perhaps even car rental companies. When your assets are at risk all the time and they're exposed to the road traffic environment under which various collisions can happen for a variety of causes, you want to be sure that you have personnel and representatives within your group that's in a capacity and capable of going to scenes and following up and investigate it for the purpose of gathering evidence. This will not only assist your legal teams, but also by the time you get to the stage where you might need a reconstruction or analysis, you know that the groundwork has been done. If you work in a government entity, and this would include everything from emergency services to municipal services, the fact is that you typically operate a large fleet. You've got a cycling driver environment where different people operate the same vehicles often, and as a result of that, you are at higher risk. If you know how to investigate internal collisions effectively, you can not only defend yourself against third-party claims, but also follow proper disciplinary procedures within your organization to ensure that any decisions made regarding culpability or fault is made based on sound evidence. If you work in a law enforcement environment, such as police, traffic, metro police, or whatever the case might be, you would also be in a better position to investigate crashes properly, to identify evidence properly, and to interact with people more effectively if you understand the concept of crash investigation as a technical field rather than as a pure crime scene field. As a law enforcement officer, you would then be in a good position to place yourself on that scene, to understand the kinds of evidence you see, to secure the evidence properly, and to either collect the evidence yourself or to prepare it best for the units that will do so.